What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, another video. Today I have something really special for you. I'm going to be doing kind of a straight dirty pour with a bunch of greens and golds and just bright, brilliant, beautiful colors. As you see, I have my color wheel here, and as you also see, a lot has started to change inside this room right here. I'm absolutely loving it. It's creating this awesome like zen area for me to just create. So I'm kind of showing you a hack that I don't normally show as how I mix my paints and then prevent them from drying out. I use a little press and seal, and I cover the cups with press and seal prior to use. So there's a little hint for you, just in case maybe you're spending a bunch of money on like condiment cups or something like that. Press and seal is fairly cheap and you don't really need much to do the job. So let's go over the colors we're about to use. I'm using a neon green, a lime green, light green permanent, phthalo green, and Dorado gold, 24 karat. Now the way I mixed these paints was 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. Mix it pretty vigorously, and then when you're done mixing it, it should flow off the stick and leave about a 1-second trace on the popsicle stick. And with that, let's have our conversation. I have missed you guys so much. You really have no idea, and I'm not just saying that. I actually miss you. I still have press and seal stuck to me. There we go. So I'm going to be filling up the straight cup here. I'm just layering the colors. I think I want to have that bright green. This is that neon green. I want to have that coming out towards the end. And then we're just going to make a gradient. Now there's no silicone in any of these colors. This is kind of a pretty green. Kind of reminds me of like palm trees. And this is like firs. Very Christmas. And Christmas is almost upon us, you guys. I hope you guys are preparing for all the festivities that are going. It hasn't snowed and stuck here in Detroit, but it has started snowing. But it always goes away. It's about between 25 to 40 degrees each day, and I know it's going to get much colder than that, and I am ready. I've got all the cold weather gear that I could possibly get. And, you know, I'm just going to embrace the whole thing because, I mean, I can't do anything except that. But I'm excited for it. It's been a while since I've been in a lot of snow, and I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be awesome. So we are also using a titanium white as our base. I just want to make sure I have enough paint so that this stuff can slide around, do its thing. I'm not layering these colors in any specific way. I kind of want to just have fun with this one and just paint with you guys for the day. And I know that these greens in the past have looked really nice together. So I'm kind of just layering them however they take me. And it won't matter too much what I layer on top. This is a 12 by 12 canvas, by the way. That's one thing I forgot to tell you. And I think I told you there's no silicone in any of these. Typically I'd use silicone when I want to go for cells, but I want to go for more of like a staircase kind of abstract Escher type look to this. Now, I probably don't even need any base coat at all. And this has tons of bubbles in it. Okay, another hack that I use is when I mix my paints, and if I mix them and don't let them set for a while, there's tons of bubbles. I don't know if you can see all those little minuscule, tiny little bubbles. You just give it a nice tap on the table, and normally that will pop a whole lot of those. So let's put down a little bit of this base coat, and then we can just start having fun. Look at these golds though. Do you see the gold, how shiny and shimmery that Dorado 24 karat gold is? It's just a beautiful color. So I'm just gonna layer it and allow it to overlap. I'm gonna travel around the canvas. We're gonna take kind of a little journey, and it's gonna be a good time. Here we go. there's those staircases I was looking for, right? Yeah, if I pour it slower and allow it to kind of fold on itself. There we go. I got some more of that delicious gold coming through. Oh man, that's glorious. Let's see what we can get. The thinner the line gets, because that's going to be more towards the center. Kind of want a lot of details there. And thin the stream out until it's about to stop, and then we stop it. All right, well, I like this already. And yeah, I'm seeing that I don't even need any more. I probably didn't even need that base coat. But let's do our little tilts. You know what, I'm gonna give it some though. I don't want a lot of this to roll under. If I don't apply any paint, a lot of this is just gonna roll underneath. And some of the stuff on the outside edges is pretty interesting. So how's everybody doing this wonderful day? I have missed your shining faces. I really have. You've become like my fluid art family over here. Every day, I know that I can check the comments on the channel, and there's tons of you guys spreading some positivity and love, and I really can't thank you guys enough for that. This world needs a lot more of that. Alright, so I'm just touching up around the edges, making sure that we can just spread all nice and even when we start. Trying to make it touch that. There you go. Alright. Alright, let's get to our tilts, huh? Alright, so I'm slowly going to tilt it around. I really love the consistency of mixing kind of 2-to-1 with a paint and pouring medium mix. I find that it really helps the paint flow really well, but it also maintains a lot of its detail, because it's not too runny to where the colors kind of just bleed into each other. I know typically when you use a Floetrol medium, the colors kind of blend anyway. All right, so now it's decision time. What corner do I want to go to? I think I want to travel to this corner first. So let's shift some of that weight of the paint, since it's moved back to the center. Shift it down ever so slightly. We want to create that little nub on the end so that we coax it to just get off the edge. We don't want to lose a lot of that detail that's going on in the center. All right, and now all the weight of the paint is right there, so we got to bring it back. We're seeing some brilliant little cells forming inside the gold. I don't know if you can see that where my thumb is up there, but that's glorious. So we're just taking our time, allowing the paint to just spread on its own. We've got all these beautiful layers in here. And this gold is creating some really cool looking cell structures. And I want to try to maintain some of those. I don't want to pour any of those off. Now let me adjust this composition ever so slightly, because I really love a lot of what's going on this. This thing came out fantastic. I love this. All right, take these gloves off, sir. But yeah, we're getting some awesome cells going on all throughout the gold. And then everywhere where those different gradients of greens layered, it made this really cool staircase kind of ribbon effect. But let me bring you guys down here, because I am over the moon about this one. Absolutely love this. You can see that gold really did some amazing things here. It added a really cool lacing and cell structure. all these really fine, delicate lines, and I absolutely love that shimmer coming from the gold as it kind of incorporated into every color. Got some really beautiful cells and just nice, gorgeous details. I love this one. All right, so it's dry now. The composition changed slightly. I'm gonna angle it towards the light so you can see. Those golds and iridescence in there are just gorgeous. And it seems like more cell structure is formed inside of it, which is cool. But when you're looking at it flat, it's still a lot of green. You're not seeing a whole lot of those gold details. So to kind of bring up a little bit, I want to add a stencil to it. And I think we're gonna do the stencil in gold as well. It's going to be a different color gold. I don't want all this extra in there though. All I want is the flower in the middle. And after the first stencil, I kind of realized that maybe using the gel medium isn't the way to go just for me specifically, because I don't think I got enough coverage on the medium itself, and then when the medium dries, it dries clear. So I had to go through afterwards on the red one and do some additional brush work at the end to kind of tie it all together again. So in the interest of avoiding that, I'm going to be just using paint right out of the tube without gel medium. Now this could go horribly wrong. I hope it doesn't, but you know, with all things there's a potential for it to not go the way you plan. All right, so right now we got the same Pebeo high viscosity gold. Now I'm not gonna lie, there's not much left in here, so we're gonna just pray that there's enough, but there should be enough to at least get good coverage, you know? Yeah, we're reaching the end of the tube. Look out, guys. Yeah, we're trying to get it all out of there. I feel like that's enough. I'm hoping that that's enough. So I'm just gonna gently spread this. I wanna be careful that I don't push too hard. I don't want the stencil to move. I don't want to push this under the stencil either. So I'm just being very gentle. I do want it to have a raised texture, but I don't want to force any underneath. Make sure we get all the edges. Oh yeah, I think we're totally good on the amount. We'll probably have a little extra, so it'll be raised a little bit higher than I had originally planned, which is okay. I kind of feel like I need like an extra bit of color on this. Like maybe the gold's not going to be enough, but for now I'm going to stick with just the gold. That was the plan. A lot of times when I introduce too many new things to something, I end up messing it up. Now this is different because this is a canvas. So I'm used to doing this on the, well, I can't say used to, but the only time I've ever done this was on a cradle board canvas, the wood. So getting this off is going to be a little bit more challenging, I think. So it's not as rigid of a surface. So I'm right now just trying to delicately peel this tape back. And I guess I could completely remove it. Probably. No, I'm not going to do that. Then I risk lifting it, dropping it, lifting it, dropping it repeatedly, and that would be unfortunate. And you know, oh, just like that. That's what I'm talking about. Lifting it and dropping it. That's what I was trying to avoid. Let's see if I can just get this corner to come up. And then we should be able to just lift it off. Oh, wow. Yeah, that came out amazing. I love that. My goodness. You guys. Yeah, that color of gold is totally different too. And all of the lines came out really stark and defined. There's some tiny little areas that I'm gonna clean up with a Q-tip. But other than that, yeah. Let's get this thing to dry. I'll put a coat of varnish on this thing. But goodness, I love this thing. This is gorgeous.
If you want to watch another video just like this, click the screen right now and I'll see you there.